Hey, my fellow multidimensionals. It's Asia Andromeda, founder of MultidimensionalU.com. We're a metaphysical coaching company who specializes in helping you all access higher dimensional states of consciousness in order to transcend the limitations of the false self so that we can revolutionize what it means to be human right now. So this message and information about keeping your energy protected and clear, I couldn't think of a better location than a beautiful waterfall. In fact, one of the early techniques I used to use to clear my field was to go into a meditative state and to go through an astral waterfall to clear my field. So this is Skulkaho Falls in Montana, and it's creating a beautiful mist. You can probably see it in the air behind me. So let's talk about the subject for a little bit. The saying I find I use the most often, and it comes from my own journey with beginning with feeling like I needed to protect myself. It led me ultimately to understand that after you've cleared your field and brought it into this, and then maintained it in a nice clear way, and I'll talk about that in a minute, then offense is the best defense. So this incredible high vibrational field that you create becomes a subsector of reality, and anything of a lower frequency can't really come in. It can't resonate, right? The law of vibration, everything is energy, everything is resonating a certain frequency. If you're resonating far above it, anything of a lower frequency will either bounce out or it will simply be transmuted and dissolve as it comes in. So this is why it's so important to keep your own auric field clear and free. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the chakra energy centers. I'm talking about keeping each of those energy centers clear, especially the solar plexus, third chakra, the heart chakra. These tend to hold a lot of blocks and density, I find. I mean, all of them can, but those are especially that solar plexus. So I'm always recommending doing the clearing meditation that's on the YouTube channel on a daily basis, sometimes 3 times a day. In the beginning, I could barely feel my energy centers. They were so kind of shut down, encumbered. And then over time, using the breath, you clear the field out. So it's really important to take your psychic hygiene seriously. There's just a lot flying around in terms of astral pollutants, right? Think of anger, resentment, bitterness, shame, guilt. People are walking around with that flying around in their field, in their emotional body, whether it's suppressed or they're conscious of it, and that is affecting everything else. So it really is important to manage your own energy field. And of course, I really want to make a disclaimer that I think often we're focused on protecting ourselves from others, and let's not be a pollutant ourselves. Really, don't really focus too much on what other people are doing. I mean, I know we've all had that experience of like, oh my gosh, that person was really brought me down. But ultimately, it is our responsibility to focus on what we're bringing to the field. And I find that when you do that, you become an amazing force for shifts, not only for yourself, but for others. So I'm just going to tune in for a second and see who comes in. Yeah, so Archangel Michael is with us, and he's talking about alignment. So when you bring yourself back into, my ears ringing now, this clearing out of all of your energy centers, what you're doing is you're aligning yourself back to a direct connection to source. So this is why it's so important, and that way your own direct downloads, your own inner guidance system becomes much more developed. Oh, look at the puppy. And you are able to direct your own life in ways that have exceptional clarity. So the benefits, right, the reason why we're doing this and why we even care about psychic hygiene has to do with becoming a much more sovereign, clear being in direct mastery and command of your own reality. as opposed to allowing other things to impinge on it. So then, all the other things go without saying. Please don't watch negative news. I mean, it's designed to be very negative, fear-based programming, media, so-called entertainment of any kind. Once you kind of detox in your physical environment from media and entertainment, then you can become much clearer on what's yours, what's going on in your own field. Okay, this also goes for toxic people. So if you're around somebody who's always complaining and blaming and shaming, or any variation of those three, definitely time to take some retreat and create some distance there and buffer. So this is where boundaries become really important. Everyone is responsible for how they feel and what they experience in reality. Whether they want that responsibility or not, most people do not accept the responsibility, right? So you can be this amazing role model in terms of as you go through life and you keep your field clear, and then events will happen that others might deem dramatic and bad, and you are in much more equanimity and neutrality around them. That's very powerful for others. Actually, it might trigger other people. They may even get angry, right? That you're not getting upset. You begin to come into much greater balance and the 0 point, which is where we can create very, very powerfully from. So there's absolute numerous benefits. So what I'm going to do right now is give you a sample. Let's walk through some clearing together. And we're going to use this beautiful waterfall and this beautiful forest environment that we're in. Prioritizing your energy and your field also means coming into beautiful, intact, natural places. There's coherence and integrity here that will help your field come back into greater coherence and integrity. So spending time in nature, you often will hear me talk about that. It's very important. The natural world that has not been built or manipulated in some way offers us a very unique template. The trees have often told me that they're offering us a template for what we would call healing, and they would just call integrity or alignment, free from dis-ease and distortion. All right, so go ahead and just drop into your heart. Focus on breathing slowly in and out through your nose. And on the exhale, focus on really letting go. Like you might want to do some open mouth exhales. Dropping out of your mind completely into the bottom of your heart center. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you can smell this waterfall behind me, all of this very clean, crisp air. And open up that heart center. And as you breathe out, let go and release. Again. And now bring your focus down to the base of your spine, the root chakra, and send a grounding cord of light into the 7th dimensional crystalline heart of Gaia. And on the in-breath, bring all of those light codes spiraling up through your energy centers, the chakras, all the way up through the crown and down around you, forming a cosmic egg shape. You are amplifying the light that is your plasmic field of consciousness. In this manner, you begin to shift not only vibration, but dimension. As you enter this higher dimensional experience, merge with the waterfall. Become the waterfall, cascading effortlessly, cascading down. There is no striving here. There is only allowing. And feel your entire field be washed clean. So there's no tension here. Only flow. You are now cascading down into the stream below. You are becoming the stream. You are now becoming the river, an even greater river, the confluence of rivers. And now as they enter the ocean, you become the ocean. You become the entire planetary watershed. And it is the Syrians that are showing up to help us in this moment of cleansing and healing the emotional waters that we are. They are going into light language.
Nashi is iteran ka antma silitri ilak anawaskolethanian sharak and ilekra la luethani nisgarad nadathru uleknata matbleth.
They're inviting you into connection with our cetacean brothers and sisters, the whales and dolphins, in the 6th dimension. Allow yourself to be free, playing and swimming and floating. Feel how your field has lightened. Allow yourself to gently come back into this reality and notice what has shifted for you. I feel like I might float off my chair. I'm going to leave you all in this beautiful space. Please share this powerful healing video. I didn't see the Syrians coming until they were here. With those you love and care about, which is everyone, right? Love you all.